Hey guys, so now that we have learned how to handle session data, so we need to learn something else that is much more important along with sessions. What is it? Handling sensitive data. Why? Because in this case we are handling just name and age. What if the user actually gives us some sensitive data like password or else any credit card information, anything like that. So he is trusting his much more sensitive data along with you. All right, so he's giving it to you, so you need to be very careful about it. All right, so even though you might be the most honest person in the world, you might not do anything wrong with his data, but still you are in the threat of being hacked by somebody who else is a bad person. All right, so with that in mind, we need to take extra measures. All right, so what are we going to do here is we're going to hash the password whatever we're getting. So for that purpose, what we're going to do is we're going to change this name part by actually giving it a password kind of view. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say password. I'm going to just change this name to password as well. Yeah, I'm not going to change this part of the name because I have to change it multiple locations. So with that, come back here. I'm actually taking this out because I don't need this anymore now. I'll save this, come back to app.py. So now we need to import something that is necessary for hashing it. So let's do, okay, from, just type this to pronounce this is much more difficult, workzug dot security import now generate password hash. So this function will be helpful for us to generate a password hash. So what we're doing here is we're going to actually taking name. So we are actually naming it as name, but it is actually the password. All right, so what we need to do is before we actually save it in the database, we need to generate a hash for it. All right, so let's come here. So I'm going to say name equal to generate password hash of name. All right, now save this. So now we are confident that our name, our password is actually saved with different kind of thing. All right, so before we're doing that, come back here. You see there are two names actually with different kind of two names with actually a similar kind of text. All right, whatever we have given it, it's printing that. So let's just comment this thing for a while and let's check it again. So what I'm going to do here is refresh it. Okay, come back here, go to your terminal, run your application, come back here. Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually give it as I'm going to give it as something like this. Yeah, now submit it. Now come back here. Now if you actually select, yeah, I said Friday, it's stored as Friday. Now somebody hacks this thing, it's very, so little checking here. So after using this function here, let's go to our browser and give something like this and say age will be 20. Now if you actually go here and select start from employee, you can see this is a much more lengthier string and more confusing string because we have hashed our password. So this is much more difficult and sometimes even impossible, depending on the person who is trying to hack your database, to crack this hashed password. All right, so now when you actually have this password in your database, if the user wants to log in and uses his password, what we are going to do is decrypt this password. What you have done now is encrypting the password that he has given you, and you have to decrypt it and check whether the user has entered the right password or not. So to do that, what we're going to do is we're going to use another function similar to generate password hash. We're going to use check password hash. Yeah, this function. So we're going to use this function. Come down to where we need to go. Okay, so what we're going to do is instead of all the session and everything, let's just delete this, and we're going to say we're going to return something, return, and use this function check password hash, and the first one will be the password that you're trying to get. So this one is the fourth one, so it must be 3, 0, 1, 2 and 3. So check password hash employees of 3, and the variable is name, and comma the one that we have actually used, Sunday. So before sending it, we need to actually typecast this thing. Alright, now save this thing, come back here, run your app, come back here. Now if you actually go to employees, yeah, you can see true, because that's what we have entered it. Alright, if you even change a single letter, just I'm sending it to type caps. So if I come back here and refresh it, it's going to show false to me because that's not the password. So this is a way you have to store passwords if you want to store sensitive data, anything, credit card information, passwords, anything that you know that is sensitive for the user, you need to hash it. Alright.